Hello everybody, this is Greg29407 with our first episode of The Division 2. I want to do a video on this for quite some time. I've been playing this on it for a while, and I just got this on the Windows on PC. I had it on PS4 and I was playing that for a while, and I decided to get it on Windows as well so I can have a little bit more control. I found that my PS4 controller is a little bit sensitive when it comes to shooter games. I'm not very good at it. So I'm playing on the PC, but I'm also using an old Xbox 360 controller, which seems to work very well. We're just now starting a brand new character. I've created this. He's based on a character I had in City of Heroes. As we all know, all great games start with City of Heroes. That character was named Bowfinger. He was a kind of a redneck dude who likes hunting criminals. And so I got him just kind of some starter clothes on him. And we are headed off on the very first thing. We just appeared in the game. And we're headed to the White House, which is straight ahead. This game is, to be honest, I find this game very difficult. I found the Division 1 to be very difficult too. I'm not very good at shooting, at least with the PS4 I was. I'm a little bit better on this. And it's very tough. This game is a very smart game. It's a very fun game, but it is a little challenging. And I've had quite a few rage quits on this game already, until you get the hang of it. The whole case with this game is anticipation, knowing what's happening, what's going on, and what you need to do about it. And I find that makes the game much more enjoyable, much more fun. So I'm going to take cover here. A couple of criminals up here, and all I have right now is there's an assault rifle that they started me off with. And I think I have a pistol as well. Two villains here. All right. So the basic story of this game is that in the Division 1, some crazy dude started a virus in New York City, and it affected the whole world, I guess. And this is now 7 months later, and we're in Washington, D.C., and society has collapsed. And the president died, and the vice president died, and the Speaker of the House became president, and he's now missing, presumed dead. And as you can see, there's still Christmas decorations up, even though it's now like June in Washington, which is steamy and hot. And we're trying to get to the White House to help out because there's some kind of... The White House is under attack. So we need to fight our way there. And there's some criminals right here. Let's see if we can take care of these guys. Make short work out of them. Unfortunately, the bad guys in this game like to tell us that they're around. Grenade. And they'll tell us helpful things like, oh, I'm out of bullets. And, oh, I need to, I can't find the guy.
Looks like they've cut down a group of hyenas and are headed this way.
Agent, if you can hear us on this frequency, keep pushing forward and blindside these bastards.
Got some knee pads. So we're headed, there's the White House straight ahead. This is in the Ellipse, which if you've ever been to Washington, D.C., is a very beautiful area. There's a big fountain here, and everything is just, this game is really beautiful in its own way. Everything is destroyed and stuff, but they've done such a fantastic job on this. It looks like actual Washington, D.C. Everything looks realistic. It's really incredible. It may be the most impressive game I think I've ever seen. It's just really hard to play, so I will take you through what I have found so far, works best, mission by mission. I like coming up here, and let's start fighting these guys. We don't want these guys getting behind us. Big part of this game is patience. Which I am sometimes lacking in. There are times in the game where you want to attack, and times in the game you just want to sit there in a hidey hole and wait for them to come to you. This is a hidey hole mission. There are a lot of bad guys out here. If you played the Division 1, you may remember that the base of operations was the post office. And this one is the White House, which is actually pretty cool, I think. The thing I like the most about both of these games is as you go through the game and make improvements and kill the bad guys and things like that, the world changes for the better. So you actually see things get better. Well, you don't have to get up here on this little thing where we're at, but I found this works best for me. Once we get to the base of operations, we'll go over some of the basics of the game. As you can see, we have a lot of environmental stuff too. Rain is nighttime now, and it's actually pretty cool. All right. Boy, that rain is really coming down. All right, enter the White House. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty beat up.
Safe area detected.
Good thing you arrived when you did.
All right.
Hey, thanks for the help out there. You should check
Okay,
in with
so
Danny, our coordinator.
we're gonna meet with the main guy here. He's gonna give us like the basic rundown of what's going on.
Agent.
This is you. Welcome to DC. I'm Manny. I run comms. I'm guessing the division alert brought you here? Damn glad to see you. Let me show you exactly how screwed we are. Ever since the JTF imploded, the city's become a playground for murderous fuckheads. There are several main factions, and a whole lot of bottom feeders sucking up whatever the big dogs miss. A few civilian settlements are still holding out against all this villainy. They need more help than we've been able to provide, especially since the Division network went dark. That's Kelso. She's one of the last surviving agents in DC. She's operating out of the theater settlement on a priority mission. You should go check in with her. If anyone knows how to get these systems back online, it's her. Oh, and introduce yourself to the locals while you're at it. It'll comfort them to know there's a new sheriff in town.
By the way, Agent, head downstairs and check in with the quartermaster. He can get you set up with some division tech. You're gonna need the edge.
Okay, so let's start off with this. Oh, we leveled up. Okay, so if we push this button over here, we see the map of Washington. And here we're at the White House, and we have all these different districts. We're going to be sent over here in a few minutes. It's levels 2 through 7, and then we'll go down here to levels 4 through 8, then down here, and then down here, and then they'll send us around over here, and then down, and then back up. So everything starts here, and once we start to get different spots, we can start doing fast travel. So that's our map, and we do all sorts. We can zoom in and that kind of thing. Now here, we can see character stuff and progression. So character, we have 2 types of weapons. We have 1 slot open so far, and then a pistol over in the 3rd spot. And then for gear, we have all these different things. So we already got some knee pads. and they're somewhat better, so we'll take those. And this works just like most games do. We get a proficiency catch for leveling up. All right, so let's take a look at what we got here. We got, oh, more knee pads. Great, okay. And we got a new gun. We got a submachine gun. Okay, well, since beggars can't be choosers, we'll keep that for a while. And then over here we have our progression. And you hear a voice in the game. For some reason, it keeps saying character, progression, and prayer every time I go on there. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Right now, to unlock everything, we haven't done
Character.
yet.
Apparel.
And as the voice said, we have apparel down here. We can go into that, and I'm going to get some better clothes for my character because these are just the base stuff they give you at the very beginning. I'm gonna deck him out a little bit better. I want to make him look like a redneck hunter, and this is kind of close, but not quite what I want. But we'll play around with it. All right, let's talk to the quartermaster. All right, now this is going to be very important for skills. So eventually you will get all the 8 of these skills. You get the pulse, turret, hive, chem launcher, shield, drone, seeker mine, and firefly. Now, in my opinion, the 2 best things, and you can do anything you want. Everyone does their own thing. I like the chem launcher for the healing, and I like the turret for the attacking. Now, you can also use the hive for healing, and there's also a drone healer in here. So I'm going to click on the chem launcher, and what you have is we have 4 different choices. We can do the reinforcer, which does the cloud of gas that repairs. This one over here is the chem launcher fire starter. You set it off and then you set people on fire. Chem launcher riot foam. Some enemies use that and it's a pain in the neck. And chem launcher oxidizer, which actually is pretty cool. It eats up people's enemies' armor. I'm going to go with this one. Okay, I need to equip the skill now. Oh, I also have a perk, and the first perk is, you want to take one thing. It shows you all the different perks. And the perks here are things like, well, let's go through the tutorial first. I can pick the perk immediately, and the only one we can do is this one, which is good because it's the best one here. You get a second weapon slot. Okay, so we took that. Now the perks are, you're going to get these perks every time you find any of these little shade canisters around the map or when you level up. And there are things that are really useful for like armor kits, more proficiencies, more armor kits, more XP, stash spots, inventory spots. You can boost different types of addition to mods to your weapons, all sorts of things. Now, eventually you'll have all these things unlocked. But the ones I usually go for first are the armor kit, the restock armor, XP. Those are going to be your biggest, and inventory. Those are really your biggest ones. All right, so we got some strongholds here, which we won't be messing with for right now. And then there are a couple of settlements in the game. There's 3 of them, actually. 2 of them you can actually play in. This is the first one. It's called the Theater, and that's where we're going to be sent to first. And they give you all sorts of activities and things. It's just like in the post office in the Division 1, where as you did missions for the post office, the post office got a bit cleaner and better, and more people would come. You do the same thing for these settlements. All right, so we're going to need to go over here. So let's go ahead and equip our other gun. I'm not very good with the submachine gun, but okay. Okay, we got our chem launcher attached here. Let's look into, okay. And that is hooked onto my LB button. I'm sorry, RB button. Okay, new mission. I have to go to the theater. So I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to get
The
kind of the
neighborhoods
basics.
you're moving through are hyena territory. They're a bunch of vicious assholes who prey on the weak and vulnerable and kill for kicks. And they destroy whatever they can't steal for themselves. They've been an especially serious problem for the theater settlement. Given our situation, we need the help of the settlements. But they can't do much if they're struggling to survive. So see what you can do to take some pressure off them. But don't forget that we have to get the Shade Network back to full strength. In a lot of places, the Division has been the only thing holding people together. But with DC as a priority, most agents are completely cut off. They're not gonna last long without support.
Okay, so I'm just going to get us to the theater district and probably call it an episode at that point. It's really hard to see in the middle of the night when it's storming. Now, up in the little mini map, you can see that there's some enemies up ahead somewhere. Take some cover here. I don't know how many enemies there are. Right? Now, as we go through the map, what you're going to want to do is do a lot of exploring, because you're going to find a lot of bags and things for armor and apparel and all sorts of really important things, resources that you need for modding and for trading and that kind of thing, and for completing projects. So it's really, really useful.
Electronic device detected.
So you always want to be exploring, looking around this stuff. There we go.
Now? Hold up. They're still too spread out.
This is gonna be good.
Not if they notice us first. Keep your goddamn head down.
Look at those idiots. They have no idea what's coming.
That's the fucking idea. Get your fucking head down.
What are we waiting for? They're not even armed. This is gonna be a fucking piñata party.
If you're expecting candy, you're in for some disappointment.
The candy isn't the fun part. The fun part is seeing it fly everywhere when you whack the shit out of the piñata. I don't think I'm gonna be too disappointed.
These are my own teammates. I think. No, they're not. They're fake. They faked me out. They're enemies. The map did not light up correctly. Oops. Yeah, I'm running away is right. They faked me out. Heck. Heck. We're going to get killed in the first mission. Uh-oh. All right, well, I got faked out there. I was looking at the little mini map, and did not show anything. I said, "Oh, those are our friendly forces." And then I said, "Those aren't green triangles over their heads." Oops. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is an R-rated game.
Agent in need of backup.
There's a lot of language in here, so I forgot to mention that beforehand. But as you've probably already noticed, there's quite a bit of it. There's some more enemies over here, but let's go ahead and skip these guys for now. Because we're going to kill a lot of people in this thing. Well, let's see.
One more time. Please, motherfucker, please.
All right, I don't think we were able to save that guy. Or maybe we did and he ran away. I don't know. And we have a lot of different weapons in the game. Right now we're using the assault rifle and the submachine gun. The ones I usually use, I like the rifle is my main one. I like the light machine gun. The assault rifle's not bad either. The marksman rifle is really cool. So it's a good mix. You can use different weapons for different missions. Sometimes you need a shotgun. A lot of times you don't. But it's nice to be able to switch them in and out and stuff. Some more enemies. We're going to get our fill of some good enemies today. some of these enemies are kamikazes. They will just rush you, which seems crazy to me. The AI in this game is pretty good. They will try and flank you whenever possible, so they do get tricky. However, if you're target locked on one of them and they're hiding behind cover, if you untarget them, they'll pop their head up, and then you can target real quick and shoot them. So they're not that bright, but they are pretty tricky. Oh, the sun's coming out. That's nice. Let's see what we've got so far. We picked up some weapons. Yeah, we picked up some weapons here. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to hit L button, and I'm going to sort my weapons by weapon type. Makes it a lot easier. Okay, so I have another assault rifle, which is actually better than what I've got now. I'm going to take that. Another submachine gun, which is not as good as the one I've got now, and a rifle. There we go. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here, and I am going to replace the submachine gun with the rifle. All right, let's see what we got for gloves. Better. Good. So you're constantly going to be getting new gear and stuff and finding new things that work out. It's really cool. And they also have weapon sets. So if you get 3 pieces of gear from the same manufacturer, you'll get bonuses. So now it may be a little bit weaker overall, but you got better bonuses. So do you want to take that anyway? So it's kind of a little mini game in here, which is pretty cool. So let's get up here to the theater. And again, you can take as much time as you want in this game. I do like that a lot. Nice.
I'm out of bullets.
I'll cover you.
Yeah, don't tell people when you're out of bullets, man. Just this is a little pro tip there, buddy. I'm out of bullets, everyone. Don't shoot, okay? Time out. I'm out of bullets. All right, so anyway, I will wander around and let's do this with these echoes.
Echo nearby.
And this just shows some stuff that happened in the past.
Anytime, Theo.
This is Manny Ortega, who we just talked to, and this is a little flashback to when his father or somebody was murdered.
Okay.
This is serious.
It's the flu. You remember swine flu? Everyone freaked out for nothing. You'll see. In a couple of months, no one will even remember what the dollar flu was, like Y2K.
Y2K?
You really know how to make a guy feel old.
I'm just messing with you. But I don't know. This doesn't feel like it's just gonna blow over. People are scared. And you know what happens when people get scared?
You worry too much.
Anyway, I always take a lot of time just wandering around looking. We're not going to do a lot of that in these videos.
Coming up in the theater settlement. The woman who runs it is named Odessa Sawyer. Try to stay on her good side.
Because the point of these videos is to show you how to get through some of these missions specifically, what to do, how to do it, and how to do it without rage quitting. And just having me just wander around looking for stuff isn't really going to be that helpful. So this is the theater. And we'll get an introduction to this, and then we'll call it an episode. So all these civilians have gathered here for mutual protection. They got this thing set up on the rooftops to try and keep all the enemies at bay. And they need our help. And they're going to have different things for projects and for vendors and missions and things like that. It's actually pretty impressive seeing all this stuff on these rooftops, but it's going to get much, much better. As we go through, this thing's going to get really fancy and really nice and really advanced and help a lot of people. All right, so this is the theater. I think we will call it an episode here. Next step is to walk in here and we'll get our first real mission. It's a main mission in the game. You don't want to get started on that yet, though. And this is our little area for the next few rounds, trying to get our experience up and doing all sorts of missions we're going to have in here. And anyway, I hope this has been helpful. As we go through, we'll do specific missions. I'll show you where to go, what to do, and how to get through them. And we'll play it by ear. Depending on how many people find this interesting, we'll just keep going. So until next time, this is Greg 29407 saying sayonara, and we will see you next time.